In this video, we are going to see how we can learn the SUMIFS function. That is, if we want to find the sum based on two criteria, how we can do that. So let's see, and we will make a space for it. So we will push this all data aside. What we'll do is just select all the columns, right click here and click insert. What this will do is it will create a space for us. Let's say that I write the product here, games, and I write a product here, East. Now I want to sum in the East region for games, or let's say that I want to paste all of this data. So these are all the regions, and this is a simple other criteria, that is games. Let me just highlight this. First of all, I am keeping the example simple so that you can easily identify that. Let's format it a little bit. So here is it, and we want to extract all the results. Now what we will do is, since we want to apply the formula from here, we now not only want to sum for the regions, we want to see the total sales of the East region just for games. How will I do it? It's very simple, equals to SUMIFS, because this time there are two criteria. So sum range, whatever you want to sum as a result of all the criteria is sales. So ultimately we have to make the total of sales, comma, but the criteria range 1. What is the criteria 1? We want to identify region-wise sales. So where is its original data? In the main database, it's here, right? Comma. From all of these regions, for what region do you want to find the sales? I want to find it for this particular region, comma, criteria range 2. That means the second criteria is this. So where it's original data, always the range means a bigger data, a collection of cells. So that's asking about the complete database. Where is the range for all the games or products? It's right here. And out of this, criteria 2, for which product do you want it? I want to find for this product. That's it. There is no criteria range 3, only we have two criteria. Hit enter and we can see the sales is extracted. So for East region, in games, we only have the sales of 3. But if we double click to send it down, you will see 0 in all of the other cells. Why? Whenever you see any error, just open that up and you will identify why is that happening. So sum range, it is also identified by colors. So blue color, it's right here, all set. Criteria range 1 is fine. Criteria is fine. Criteria range 2 is products, but the criteria 2 is now shifted from this place to bottom. So this should always be fixed at its point because it should not slip down. What I'll do is, whenever you identify any kind of error, just go to the first cell and fix this cell in place. This is games, and it is also identified in the proper color, that is a pink color or a dark pink color, you can say. So I'll just fix it at this point so it won't drag. Double click to send it down, and whenever I check references now, the criteria 2 is always fixed at this position. So that's fine. Now let's make example 2, that is the same cell, and we will identify it in a different way. Let me just remove this. Sum range is this. Criteria range is all of this range, out of which all of these regions are selected as a criteria 1. Criteria range 2. Under criteria range 2, I'll select all of this range, and criteria 2, since we have it in the overlapping field, if I select the whole column, it will show us an error because the formula is applied on the same data where the results are shown. That means this formula is part of the data which is in under selection. So you will notice that we will get an error. There's one or more circular references directly or indirectly applied. So this means that we cannot do this for criteria 2. And that's an important thing, that whenever you see this error, that means you're selecting a range in which formula is part of it. So that's way it will not be shown. So for this criteria 2, I'll just have to fix this cell and rest of them will work fine. So this is how you do it. But that is for moving in one dimension only, although it's a double criteria. But let's say that we want to make it even more complex. What we want to do is just make some more space. I'll just remove all of this formatting, go to home, clear and clear formats or clear all, or otherwise we can use the shortcut of alternate HEF, and that clears the formatting. Now what we want to do is just copy this data, paste it right here, leave the first row because we are going to paste the products horizontally. Let's go to the data and remove duplicates, click OK, and we have the unique values here. For the products, I'll just first of all remove duplicates, otherwise if I paste it here, it will go too far. So I'll just paste it here, wherever you want to paste, remove duplicates, click OK. And now we only have the unique values as 3. But this is arranged in a vertical sequence. What I'll do is just copy this and I want to transpose this. Right click here, paste special, and just simply select transpose, click OK. And it is pasted horizontally now. This is the exact condition where we have our 2-dimensional data. Alternate HEF to remove the formatting. And let's do the formatting in a certain way. Home and paste it right here. Paste it here as well. Okay. So alternate HBA to apply all borders. And let's just remove this extra field as well. For region, I don't want that. Shift cells up, shift cells left. I just want to shift cells up. Okay, that's fine. Let's remove this formatting as well. So this is perfect. Now we will apply a simple formula. Let me zoom it a little bit so that you can see the data clearly. Equals to SUMIF and SUMIFS, because we want to find the sales for all the regions and for all the products. So if I apply a single formula in these fields, it should find for all the regions for this product. And when I drag it towards right, it should find it for the next product for all the regions. So I want to sum it like this. Sum range is this whole column, no problem. Criteria range 1. That means our first criteria is region-wise sales. So where is the original data? Range means where is the original data? Original data is right here. Out of here, what is our criteria? I want to find it for this particular region. Criteria range 2. What is the criteria range 2? Our second criteria is products. So where is the range or where is the original data? Here it is. And I want to find this product for this particular column. Hit enter and we will see the sales result. But normally in all of the earlier formulas, we haven't fixed the ranges here. But just consider that when we drag this towards right, it will move all these selections. Although when we select the whole column, it doesn't move row wise, but it can still move column wise, right? So this means that we always have to fix it. If you notice, the sum range is now in D column and D column is blank. So that's why it's showing 0. It should always be static at this position. That means when we drag this towards right, it will automatically shift the columns and that should not be done. So I'll select this, hold the function key and press F4 to fix this. So now since the column references has dollars or nails attached to it, that means it is firmly fixed at its position and it cannot shift. Same goes for criteria range 1. When I drag it towards right, it shifts. So basically the column reference should not fixed and we will do the same thing. Function key and fix it. Criteria 1. Now here it becomes little tricky, but don't worry. I'll try to explain to you in a very simple way. Whenever I drag it towards down, obviously here in this particular cell, we want to find the sum of east, but in the next cell, we will be looking for the results of north. That means whenever I drag down this formula, it should automatically shift its cell reference. So here, what is shifting? From 2 to 3, that means row should shift. But whenever I drag it towards right, it should not leave its position from the regions and it goes in the random cells. It should not do that. That means the column reference should always be fixed. So this means that whatever you want to fix in its place, we will put a $ just behind that. So E, that means column reference should be fixed. I'll just put a $ here and the row should be free. You will always do it in this way, no matter how much time it will take, because you will identify all of this fixing and non-fixing one by one, because when you get command over it, you will automatically know immediately how we can do that. Let's move to the criteria range 2. When I drag the formula downwards, it will not move from its position because we have selected the whole column and the rows will not shift. But when we drag this formula, the same formula towards right, it starts shifting the columns, and that should not be the case. It should be fixed at its position. So this means the column should be fixed. Function key and F4. Before we didn't feel the need of it, but now it's compulsory. Similarly, F1, this is the reference. When I drag the formula towards right, that means now what I want to find the total for the East region, but for sports product. That means this should shift its position. Right now it's for games for the first cell, and the next column should be for sports. That means we need the sum of sports in the next column. So this means that column should move. We will not put a $sign behind that. And when we drag the formula downwards, we always want it for games. That means for the first row. It should not move down to a random cell. It should always remain at the products level. That means this headings should not scroll down or move down. So this means that we are placing the $sign just behind the row because the top headings is in row 1 and it should not shift from its row. So we need to fix the row reference. Hit enter and now you will see the magic of it. We have only applied the formula once and just drag it towards right and double click to send it down, and we have the results for every single cell. That's the power of fixing at the right positions with the right references. So this is the combination of absolute and relative references. Although for the SUMIFS function, there are many alternatives. You can even use pivot table for it that we will see later on. But that's a very important concept to learn. And the perfect example here could be SUMIFS for this. Double click to open this and you will see that it is automatically taking all the right references. The data is fixed in its place, and we are finding in this particular cell for the south region and for the sports, we want to find the total. Here is your total. If you want to cross check, how will you do that? For south and sports, I'll apply filters. 133 is the total. Let's apply a south filter and let's apply a sports filter. So although we have one product, but we can still confirm that it's 133. And guys, whenever you want to clear the totals from all the cells or from all the columns, just go to the home tab and go to the sort and filter and clear it from here. So this is how you can apply SUMIFS formula with the mix of absolute and relative references. Just try this by yourself and I will see you in the next one.